Welcome to this week's Today's Health and Wellness Podcast. This is Brett.
And I'm Ashley. The Today's Health and Wellness Podcast is a joint effort of the Central Ohio Health and Wellness Magazine and Today's Health.
In each week's podcast, we spotlight health and wellness stories you'll find in the magazine, on Today's Health web pages, on our social media, as well as extras you'll hear only in the weekly podcasts.
Thanks for subscribing and hitting the play button. Let's get started. The 5th annual Christmas in July, presented by WRKZ 99.7 FM The Blitz, happens Friday, July 21st at Nationwide Children's Hospital in Columbus, Ohio, with morning show hosts Loper and Randi.
Drop off a new toy and help bring a smile to the face of a sick child at Nationwide Children's Hospital. They'll have free breakfast and coffee for those who buy a new toy during Loper and Randi's live broadcast between 6 and 10 that morning. Bring a new toy for the kids Friday, July 21st in front of the Outpatient Visit Center at Nationwide Children's Hospital.
And if you can't make it on July 21st, no worries. You can also make a monetary donation. There will be a link to the donation button in the podcast show notes.
The Blitz's Loper and Randi welcomed 5-year-old Millie to the studios recently to talk to her and her mom about her medical struggles and the great work the Nationwide Children's Hospital is doing to help Millie and hundreds of other children like her.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live in the studio right now with a very cool young lady. Her name is Millie. How are you?
Good.
And Mom Jenny is here too. What's up, Mom?
Hey.
Now, you guys are here on behalf of Nationwide Children's Hospital. Of course, July 21st, we are doing our annual Christmas in July toy drive.
Toys, yes.
We've done this for so many years, and it's our favorite thing every single year, being parents, having a child that was treated at Nationwide Children's Hospital and having a success. We love to do this event each and every summer, just when the supplies for the kids are kind of low over there at Nationwide.
Yeah, people always donate around Christmas, and then they get depleted throughout the year, and by summertime, when kids go in for surgeries or who knows what could happen, they just go in and, you know, we like to hand out some toys to make them feel comfortable and welcome and happy. And there's not enough toys to go around. That's not good, Columbus.
So you guys come out and donate the toys, and it's a huge success story. So we're actually doing it at the hospital this year, but that's all the story for July the 21st. The story today is all about Millie.
5-year-old Millie. And 5-year-old Millie is just adorable. You have a big sister named Avery. Your mom's here today. You brought some stuffed cats.
Can you tell us a little bit about
Oh, they're dogs.
Oh, those are dogs too.
You love them so much, I couldn't tell. They're worn.
Oh yeah, look at that. He's like a chow, right? Kind of like a chow.
Do you have names for them?
Yeah.
What is that dog's name?
Boo, Ava, and Delgado.
Boom, Delgado.
Delgado. Wow. That's fancy, Millie.
Arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Now, do you watch Disney Channel? Do you watch shows and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Oh, that's cool. What's your favorite show?
My favorite show is Elena of Avalon.
Oh,
You
yes.
have to meet our 5-year-old because that's her favorite show,
Do you want to
too.
sing the theme song with me right now?
Do it, Loper.
In the kingdom far away. Oh.
You know it.
Elena of Avalon.
I am known to, so once in a while, me and my 5-year-old will go out and do a little gardening, and we'll sing Elena. All right, I'm just going to put it out there right now. You know, it's the facts, and I like to tell the truth. It's one of my favorite shows, too. I'm glad you like that. Now, the cool thing about Elena is she's got a cool horse, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You watched a lot of this, Loper.
Yes. I mean, like, what is Elena without a really cool horse? Now, your journey with Nationwide Children's Hospital, Jenny, with your daughter Millie, when did this start? And kind of explain to our listeners your journey so far.
Sure. So Millie was, I guess, she's almost 6. So while I was actually pregnant with her, they did notice something was unusual on the ultrasound. So we knew before she was born that she was going to have some complications. We just didn't know exactly what or how intensive or anything like that. So once she was born, We were in the ortho clinic at Children's within a week after she was born. She has a condition called arthrogryposis, which is kind of an umbrella term. There's tons of different forms of I can't even say it sometimes. It's really tough. Arthrogryposis. She has distal type 1, which means she has contractures of the distal extremities. So wrists, fingers, ankles. When she was born, she had bilateral club feet and hands. So week 1, we were in the ortho clinic at Children's getting serial casting, and she did 9 weeks of serial casting.
What is that serial casting?
So
you know all these terms, and I'm like,
I know they're fancy, aren't they?
They are.
They make me sound really smart.
I'm like, she's a genius.
So serial casting is a form of casting that they do with children with club feet, where babies are born. Their bones are basically like green sticks. They can be formed into kind of whatever you need them to be.
Okay.
So you go in every week. They put a new plaster cast on, but in between those casts, like when they take them off, they move the ankles and the legs where they need them to be. So little by little, they're kind of scooching them into place, put a new cast on, wait a week, go back, take the cast off, move the foot, do it again. We did that for 9 weeks. She had surgery to clip like the Achilles tendons on both sides, and that helps kind of release the feet and the ankles down. So all told, Millie has had how many surgeries, Mill? What are we at? 5 surgeries.
One for
total.
every year.
So brave.
One for every year, including she has had open heart surgery. There can be a heart component.
Wow.
Which, again, we didn't know about until she was about 18 months old. They discovered it.
And I read that she's such a fighter and so happy that she was up at 3 a.m. after her surgery.
After open heart surgery. She woke us up in the middle of the night. We were in CTICU, which is the cardiology intensive care unit. And we were sound asleep, and we woke up, and she was awake in the crib, playing and talking and like just happy as can be. And it took about 2 hours for her to go back to sleep. And her nurse kept like poking her head around, looking at her like, "What? Are you kidding? She's wide awake." I'm like, "Yeah, she's a party girl."
She's a party girl,
right? Yeah.
And all of this that you went through at Nationwide, I mean, it's not really every hospital that you can walk into and get that kind of care.
Absolutely not. And I actually work at Children's. I have worked there for 14 years, and so I have the very unique perspective of being on both sides.
Yes.
I'm a nurse in the emergency department.
Oh, wow.
And apparently now there is a puppy climbing the...
Yeah, if you hear noises...
That's just a dog on the microphone.
A dog on a microphone. It's just an ordinary day.
But don't be alarmed. It's not a real dog. It's just a stuffed
That's
dog.
just Boo, right?
That's just Boo. So I get to see both sides of it, and I think...
Oh, wow. Strong
that was
dog.
a dog apparently going to knock over the microphone there. I think it enables me, first of all, to be more empathetic when I take care of patients in the emergency department.
My sister's a nurse, and she says you lose that because everyone comes in and...
You can, because there's so much that people want from you all the time, and, there's
so many people.
So many people, and some are not so nice, and some are, don't understand the time and everything like that. But it helps me with my patient's level too, because I know what it's like to be on that other side and be so concerned about your child and, not know what's going on. And, like when she had open heart surgery, I mean, that was a procedure. I think it was like 4 or 5 hours, if I remember correctly.
Wow.
And I mean, you're sitting there and you're just waiting because every hour they would call to the family waiting room to let us know what was going on. And top to bottom, the staff was absolutely amazing with it. I mean, I never felt like I didn't know what was going on. I never felt afraid, because I just felt like this staff was so on top of everything. Even from there's a lady who, and she's been at Children's for years, who runs the family waiting room, surgery waiting room. Like from her all the way up to Dr. Glanowitz, who was the cardiothoracic surgeon, every single person took the time to be one-on-one with me, specific to Millie, not hurried, not rushed, all the time in the world that we needed. They were there. And they really, made that an experience that was far less stressful than it really had every right to be.
Right.
What a great story.
Yeah.
She's so adorable. Why are you so cute?
Why are you so cute? Why do you think that is? Don't know.
She just born that way.
That's how I am. That's just my way.
See, the microphone's on, and you're trying to pretend you're shy, but I knew you before the microphone was on, and you were not shy.
Yeah, she's not.
She has some Chuck Taylors on.
Yeah, kids like Millie were in the unit at Children's where we donate all of the toys where they can go in and have something cool to actually call their own and play with while they're there. And how fun is that? You know, when you're a kid, you get a new toy, you're like, yes. But can you imagine if you're in the hospital and you're not sure when you're going to be able to go home the next time? You get something like this. And
it takes, a few hours away from what you're really dealing with. And you have a few hours of just like happy kid time. And my favorite thing is, of course, collecting all the toys, but my absolute favorite thing is to deliver them, hand deliver them to all the kids in the unit. It is amazing to talk to each of the family members, to talk to the kids, to see what toy they want to pick out. It's really cool.
And this year we're actually going to be live at the hospital. We're going to be live there on the 21st of July.
Outside the outpatient
from
door.
6 a.m. to 10 a.m. We'll be there, and then the donation will go throughout the day. You'll be able to come between 6 and 10 with our show, say hello, and I'm sure, Millie, you might come out there at some point, too. You can come say hi.
Cool.
We hope you do.
We're going to do a live broadcast. We'll do this in front of people.
You can give people high fives.
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
Do you have a favorite meal, like a favorite food?
What is it?
Burgers.
Burgers! I love it. She loves burgers, Chuck Taylors, cats.
All right, Millie. Well, hey, we're going to clap for you because you are a hero. You know that? And thanks a lot, Mom, for coming in.
My pleasure.
We look forward
and big sis Avery.
Yeah, what's up, Avery?
Hi.
Thanks so much for coming in. Nationwide Children's Hospital. We will see you there for the Christmas in July toy drive. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks again for listening to this week's Today's Health and Wellness podcast, brought to you by Central Ohio Health and Wellness Magazine and Today's Health. If you have a health and wellness segment you would like us to cover, send us an email. Our contact information is in the show notes.
And if you'd like more information about sponsoring our podcast, like Ashley just mentioned, our contact information is in the podcast notes. We look forward to hearing from you.
Circle270media.com